Howdy, viewers of the interwebs. I'm the abominable Axolotl SEB, and this participation award is another dollar bin dive. And it makes sense. This is the opposite version of Darkness Falls, and it's not about aliens. Who knew? Alto P telephone, may you quickly find the light switch in a dark room. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, whatever you feel. This participation award is the 2021 movie Shimmer. I will say it does start out by not following the usual scary movie trope, and the first victim is an old man. Point. Also, this is a relatively new movie from 2021 and was already in the dollar bin, so maybe that should be a hint of things to come? This movie seems to have about 4 places to film, and the cast is small, but that doesn't mean it will be a bad movie. Huh? What makes the movie meh is when we meet the only forensics doctor person on the police staff, and it starts with the whole, "You're never home, but it's my job." However, there's a hint that he cheated, but they give no time frame, and it feels like it was a long time ago because of the way they talk. Rest assured, Gumshoes, we will circle back.
No warrant!
Minus a point because it's an overdone trope at this point. Then we get Cop McRudeface over here, and then you're wondering why this dude is overly hostile, but there's obviously a reason, right? But then he tells on himself and brags about how many women he's been with, but like only once because they never come back? Also, foreshadowing point.
This is Donald over at Hardaway Farms. Something's going on with the old lady. I'm gonna go in and check on her.
That's 10-4 off the Donald.
Dispatch, this is Donald. Something's not right here. Send me another team.
The running theory as to what's causing people to turn into a bag of crystals is that it is a venom or poison, so point for actually coming up with a reasonable cause. Also, I love the quote, "You're a doctor, not a detective." But we get more of a background as to what was going on with their situation, because he cheated, but he cheated on his wife with a man, so point for subverting the trope at least. However, taking away that point because the rest of the representation of a bisexual man is not great. And then it turns out he's not actually bi, but I don't know, it's confusing. Again, circling back. But again, foreshadowing because he mentions it means nothing and he remembers nothing from that night. So one of the cops is staying in the house of the widow because, something might go down. I have a feeling that never happens in real life, but honestly, I don't know. However, soon she is not just blinded by the light, but is transformed. And, why is it a forensics team of 1? Guys? Anyways, the chief is more annoying than a wedgie you can't undo. He spends 10 minutes telling everyone he needs this done, and he needs it done now. Or he could have just saved all that time and just got to the damn point. Losing a point. God!
2 officers dead, and no answers. 2 civilians as well. The Hardaways are well known in town. People are already angry about Terrence's death, and now his wife? You need to lock this up, Lost, and fast. We need answers.
We have a lead. Kind of.
Dr. Kate?
The other remains weren't behaving like this. Maybe these are fresher, but that's a clue.
Thank you.
In general, everyone's social skills in the movie feel awful, like no one understands people. I don't know, I guess I'm leaving all that to lazy writing. There's no character development that I was able to pick up on, and I can't tell if they were trying to stretch out the idea for a longer runtime, or if they just had too much stuff and tried to rush it all in. At least it's not Buck Rogers!
Buck Rogers.
And also just the worst flirting. I don't want to connect with any of the characters in the movie because they all suck. Seriously, did they want us to dislike every character in this thing? But okay, let's circle back to frickin' Sergeant or whatever non-McGruff the crime dog. After constantly berating everyone about needing to get done and avoiding bad press, he suddenly asks if our main character, Dr. Kate, if she wants a trauma counselor. You want a trauma counselor? Because I'll get you one. Yeah, I need a trauma counselor. From you. The mixed messages.
Would you like to see the trauma counselor? You've had a tough few days and you've been around for most of it.
I think I'd just like to figure this out. I know there's an answer somewhere.
Glad to hear that. We need answers.
Time for intermission because I didn't get enough attention. Doo-doo. So in the lab, they're trying to study this thing, and I have the same frustration that I did with Darkness Falls, because it seems like the physics of light and darkness are whatever we want them to be for the scene. Can we make it consistent? Losing a point. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we find out that Adam cheated on Dr. Kate 6 months ago. The way it came across in the beginning made it feel like this was an issue from 10 years ago, so you know what? It makes sense that Dr. Kate would be upset over something that happened less than a year ago. Point for justified rage. So then we go back to Terrible Mustache Cop, and part of the reason he can't play nice with people is he doesn't understand why Dr. Kate would stay with Adam after he cheated. Again, foreshadowing.
The warrant!
But I'm not here for the drama. I'm here for the aliens. I mean, a monster, light monster. It just sounds dumb. But at the station, it turns out people have been stealing Rufalin from the station. So they're trying to figure out who, and everyone is under suspicion. Yet we have to do this in the middle of an investigation that really needs to be done, like yesterday? Come on, Sergeant, what's your deal? Another thing that grinds my gears is that the husband Alex is a photographer, so one would think, hey, maybe he has some cool trick with light that they can use to trap this monster. But you'd be wrong. It's their kid, who has a kaleidoscope, and that's what they use as foreshadowing for solving this issue. But we have to go back to Dr. Kate and Cop McWannabe discussing why everyone is a suspect at the station for this stuff disappearing.
I'm gonna play a recording.
Engineer, Davis, Ford's death. Wrote up a report. Someone was stealing fucking roofies from the evidence lab of roofies. Whole report, damn. Scientologist never submitted it. You know? I mean, not really. I mean, he was a nice kid. He looked up to me and shit.
Honestly, they could all be suspects. They all are suspicious, angry, seems like people going through relapse. Maybe. There's 15 minutes left in this movie. How the hell are we going to end it? Well, we find out who's been taking the sugar from the station. See this dude? Not a trusty mustache. Losing a point.
I saw you do it right in front of me.
Fuck you, I didn't do shit. You're out of your mind.
Do you know this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we work together.
Well, your buddy just dropped something in your drink.
You know, she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's out of her fucking mind.
You drink it then.
I'm not drinking that. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
And remember earlier, Alex, the husband? Alex, the photographer husband from earlier that cheated on Dr. Kate but doesn't remember and said it didn't mean anything? That matches up with the cop who uses the stolen sugar from the station. If we find him, we find the stolen stash. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
He's the peasant who I saw leaving the city who disappeared into the crowd with Cusco in the back of his cart. He must have taken him back to his village, so if we find the village, we find him, and if we find him, we find Cusco. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
But how are we supposed to end this movie? There's less than 5 minutes. What? Ugh. Okay. Well, they trap the light monster in the kaleidoscope thing, and magically it's solved! Ice cream for everyone! Not really, but still, at least the demise of this monster makes more sense than Darkness Falls. Point. In all actuality, this could have been a fun episode of Doctor Who rather than a feature-length film. But okay. They bury the kaleidoscope in a hole, leaving their secrets in the woods, but they don't put it too deep, and how did they know they got all the light monster thing? The light particles were everywhere.
It's a good hole.
Thanks.
Whatever. We see a screen that says 3 years later and a farmer plowing on a cloudy day. But it shows nothing. Nothing! Will it be dug up so there's a sequel? Will it stay buried forever? Did they just forget to put anything in this part of the movie? Well, there's nothing after the credits, so it's a waste. The whole movie is a waste! You know what? This was almost enough to make me never watch the movie again. Anyways, Points are here from our total participation awards for Shimmer, and that's 3. Not great, not bad, just meh. This is the type of movie to watch when you're carving a pumpkin or searching online for the perfect front doormat to discourage neighbors from stopping by. I'm SEB, thanks for making it this far, and hope to see you in the next participation awards. Toodles!
Well, gang, I hope you had a good time, and I hope you learned some new words, too. Come on back and see me again for some more fun learning. And remember, treat other people the way you want to be treated, okay? I've got to go now. So long!
I need attention. I need attention. Did I tell you I need attention? I'm a little sloth and I need attention. I lost my scarf.